So collections are an entirely new topic for us. And obviously we're going to be able to integrate them into our project. But as I've hopefully instilled in you with each other project that we built so far, the best approach is to build each one on its own. Understand that technology, how you deal with that technology, and then trying to integrate it into everything else. And so let's start in that vein with a brand new project inside here, basic Java application inside of here. And so this will be collection fun, because we're going to have fun with collections right now. We don't need a bunch of super fancy special anything going on with a collection. Our collections can work with absolutely any class we want to deal with. So the most important thing, let's just see, control space, doesn't come up right away, control space, you can see there's the collection class inside of here. Java.util. That's a very good package. There's lots of good stuff in Java.util. The most important stuff being the collection stuff. But I do have to import it. You have to import and deal with this. One thing that's important that some of you might come across, and I've actually seen this one person, maybe two people inside of the assignments over the course, is a collection is not to be created by you. If you ever are using this in such a way, which as we'll see here in a second, to create a collection class, array list class, linked list class, any of this stuff, you're doing something wrong. Okay? So instead of here, let's say I want to say new collection, and I forgot the fact that collections interface. It'll actually give me, it gives me some options inside of there. It looks like maybe I can do this. What's it going to do? Oh my gosh, what just happened? It just put a bunch of code out there. Size is empty, contains, iterator. What I just did was I created my own type of collection inside of here. I just put in a bunch of code inside there. It's up to me to figure out how to store this stuff. And that is so not what I wanted to have happen. So I need to be very careful when using these tools. When I hit control space, I want to be careful with, I understand what's going to go on inside of here. If it does the wrong thing, then back away. If I pick this other one here, then back away. Wait, nope, that didn't do anything. Right here, especially you see this little icon here, the star or whatever. That means something big is going to happen. Just there. So I got to be careful. Now, that means I need to know what I'm doing here. That's why we have all these video chats here for you to look at. Think back. So what are different types of collections? Well, there's lists and sets. So I can say new list, right? But list also is a collection. That doesn't an interface. It doesn't help me here. See, it gives me the same thing. The star diamond. It adds all this stuff inside of here. That's not what I want. I don't want to add in a bunch of code here. What I really want is an array list. Control space. Array linked list or array list. Now, I don't know what an array linked list is. It's another type that comes from com.sun.javafx.scene.control. I don't know what that is. That doesn't look familiar. Java.util. I'm going to find Java.util inside of here. So when I do this, it should basically stay simple. Okay, it gives me the options inside of here. It's keeping it simple. So it added an array linked list inside of here. I'm not finished yet. It gives me some things about, okay, there's some constructors I can call. That's good. Just a basic diamond. It's not adding too much more. The basic diamond's good. I can create it blank. I can create it from another collection. I can create it with initial capacity. This is one of those situations where if you don't know, pick the simple one. What this really means essentially is I can create this new array list, seeding it from this values from the other collection. So if I have some data already, I can, and I know I want to copy it over here anyway, I can seed it to start with. Or if I know I'm going to have a really big list here, I can say make it really big to start with. Or if I know if it's going to be really small, it's only going to store a handful of things, I can make it small so I don't waste space that I'm not going to use later on. Because remember, an array list builds an array with some default inside of there, but again, 99% of the time, I don't care about that. I'm not super worried about performance. That's all performance tuning. And most of our machines have tons of memory and they work really fast, so I can just pick the regular array list. Now, there you go. I have an array list. Oops. What can I do with this now? C dot show me all the things I can do with this. I can add in an object. I can add in another collection of objects. I can clear what's in there. I can see if it's empty. I can get an iterator, which we'll see in a little bit. I can remove an object. I can remove all the objects that are part of another collection. I can remove if, some sort of filter inside of there. That looks interesting and powerful. My job today is not to teach you how to use each one of these things. My job today is to show you you can learn about each one of these things just by playing with it. So c.add. So added an object, we'll say Tony as an object. C.add. We'll add an object. My dog sitting next to me, Nikki. Add in Nikki inside of there. Right? So we can see that. And so now I can say system.out.println. We'll say count size. So we'll see how big that is. So now I go through and run my code. The count is 2. Just out of curiosity, let's just print out C. See what gets printed out. You can see there's formatting to your standard linked list, which shows you the order in which they were added. There is an order to which they're added. If I switch these, all of a sudden they're switched down here as well. First, second, the order they get put in. I can actually say, if I wanted this one to be at the first position, so I can say 0, comma, and that makes it at the first position. Oh, I'm sorry, no, I can't do that. I apologize. This isn't a list. It's a collection. I was thinking ahead. That's an important mistake to make, though, right? A collection is not a list. I can't add things at 0. There wasn't a method to be able to do that. I want to do more advanced stuff. I have to do more advanced stuff. So what I can do is I can change this to be, instead of a collection, if I know I need that, I can change it to a list. Control space. Make sure that's imported above. Now I can say 0, comma. Add it at the 0th location. That ensures that I come first. Well, it doesn't ensure I come first, because if I switch these lines inside of here, oh, no, it did add it. I'm sorry, yeah, it did add it afterwards, because I'm sorry. It puts me as first. I could put in Jasper, my other dog, sitting here afterwards. So then Jasper comes first. It puts me at first at that moment in time. Something could happen later on. It doesn't necessarily keep me at that point in time. Somebody else can bump me. But I always add to the end, like we saw, and I can tell it to add it to the beginning. So let me show you a couple little other things while we're here. We have the time. C.remove. I'm not a dog. Take me out of this list. And then we will go through, and you can see I'm out of that list. Doesn't matter where I'm at on the list. It goes through wherever it's going on in that list, because I could, put myself at the end of the list. Still takes me out of the list the same way. So that's what I encourage you to do here. It's not going to help you with your assignment per se, but if you want to be a better coder, just play with some of this. So you see index of. I can see the index of. So before this, I can take this and I can put this out here. I could say C dot index of Tony. See, I'm at number 2 spot, and then I'm deleted out of the list altogether. So 0, 1, 2, just so you can see why I was at number 2 spot. It starts at 0. I'm going to leave it there for now. We're definitely going to do more with this. If you're really advanced, I know this is probably seeming really basic, but the point is not to see these basic add functionality as much as you should go off and understand how these things are used. You should know not so much how do I go and use this, but what are the capabilities of this? There's stuff that you might not even realize inside of there. Again, that whole C dot for each, that's a new thing that they put inside of there. I can loop through automatically and have some action that goes on inside of here. The filter thing that I saw here, that's a new thing that you maybe haven't seen before. Remove if. I can say, going through the list and take it out if it doesn't meet some filter that's going on there. There's all sorts of cool capabilities that you want to be aware of so you can better control your logic and not have to do extra work if it's already built in for you.